right down on the other end of the house that I haven't finished up yet. I still have that painting, some trim and stuff, but we have the nice big tall ladder, of course, now. So that is very good. And then we got this water trough. The neighbor said he didn't need it. So Jim put some gravel in it, and then I sifted some of our dirt, composted. It's not really composted, but anyway. And then I have put in it sweet potatoes, which I'm trying to get these vines to go on the outer edge because I think it's going to be really pretty. I actually have nasturtiums planted in here that haven't come up. Also threw a bunch of radish seeds that haven't come up. However, boy, that's the asparagus. Year one. Got all of these sweet potatoes. My onion sets, they're just looking great. I cut off some of them and used the tops, but the rest of them, they're just going all over the place. They look like they're getting really fat, like a big fat leek, but I haven't seen any bulbing out. I don't know what to think. I'm hoping there'll be some pretty flower heads before long. And the garlic sprouted in my kitchen, so I planted a bunch in there and they were pretty happy. This I found in my bird seed from Alaska that I brought with me. This is peanut. And I just thought, what a fun experiment. My dad grew some in a pot in the house in Washington when I was a kid. I don't totally remember how it goes, but peanuts grow underground like a potato. And I think that what it does is sends out arms and goes berries, but I haven't Googled that and my experience yet. I'm really happy the sweet potatoes that I did slips for are doing good. I just want them to be trained to go over the edge because I think that's going to be really pretty. I moved a bunch of the expensive. We had to pay money for this one. Expensive. We won't buy anymore. But it is easier to walk on than the other mulch. I don't care if some of that grass comes up. I can weed eat when it's too much. Cat. And these are sunchokes. And I decided to put them in this old fridge that Elizabeth rescued for me out beyond just a little bit. Been shot a few times, looks like. Had a hole back here, so I stuffed this in. This is sifted dirt and some store-bought topsoil. But sunchokes, they're like a little potato-y thing that grow under, and these come up like little sunflowers. I can't wait to see what that looks like. I've only read about it. And then the little tomato house, this was all overgrown, all kinds of weeds in this stuff. When we drug it off of the side of the house, it was hooked to a chicken house, and decided I could grow more tomatoes over in here. So we still have to line this with plastic and fill the beds. And we're going to build one tiny little box right there. So we're almost done building beds. And then the floor that's left, I'm going to use more of this mulch in there so that it's easy to walk in there, but hopefully keep back a bunch of weeds. And we'll be using soaker hoses, so that'll be interesting. Got a little steer manure to go in there. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, Jim parked this over here because we thought maybe we would get rain, but it's holding all the tools. I used to drive this around in Alaska a few times, so it says doTERRA because I branded everything I was driving, and at the time I was trying to make a doTERRA business. So anyway, we did bring our little wood chipper, which is a stinking lot of work, and you have to have such small ones, but Jim set this all up and was trying it out. So anyway, this is the side garden. We'll wind up with a deck back, a little porch thing back here eventually too. I'm going to be painting and get this area over here a lovely place to sit. This is the China berry. I forgot. Yep, the China berry. painted up the little shed so it comes closer to matching the house. Germination chamber, haven't finished. I got that far. We found it out here, so it's rescued. I have all this mess to clean up. I had to get it off of the side of this little house so I could, the little shed, so I could paint it. But anyway, no cats out here. I figure if there's cats, I'd know if there was a snake. No cats are following me. I don't think it's a sign that there is a snake. Just keeping an eye because it's that time. Back here, the quail stay back in here a little bit, and they like to dig up my bamboo that we're trying to keep alive. And oh, they're out of water. Today we will fill the water, and then we will also water these bamboo again. I mean, you don't realize how fast it goes. Okay, so back there, those are mesquite beans. I don't think I have any up close. The beans are starting to grow. That's the first I've seen. Cool. And I guess one last thing over here. We had this stick pile that's out there. We had it over here and the quail were living in it. So we moved it over there. And the quail still like to hide in that. So very nice quail habitat. But it was kind of in our way for getting all of our compost piles and dirt piles and all this stuff on the side yard. All right. There we go.